Good for 47.
You do.
Oh, hey, I didn't hear the ding. We're live.
Oh,
My bad. Hey, folks, welcome to PLEXYSTARS. Prepare to laugh your butts off because tonight we've got Chris and Susie McCall. Yeah. So I mean, this is just gonna be fun. I have no words.
I can't stop smiling. It's
I
kind of
know.
ridiculous.
It's kind of weird. A very fond memory I have with these two is I caught them sneaking down past service elevator last convention because they didn't want to see all the crazy people after them, and I was like, okay, let's just ride the elevator together.
Yeah, Blake, thanks.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, we were so whipped, tired. I mean, like, oh my gosh.
Well,
and I do remember that.
My voice too.
Because it goes ping, and I'm like, you look at me, and I'm like, what's up, buddy?
Hey, why
Why were you back there?
Huh?
Well,
What were you doing? We were running.
Las Vegas is just nothing. It's work. It's like work. You guys aren't going on vacation. It's like work. When you get selfie to death, it's crazy.
Okay, we love it.
I gotta tell
Awesome.
you.
But I did lose my voice like the very first night we were in Arizona, remember?
Yep.
And that made it a little difficult. So, the best story ever, if you guys haven't heard it, from last convention, this is going to go way off track already, but ask Chris about his blue hand experience.
Hey, listen to me, okay? Susie is trying to drag out an embarrassing moment of me. If you've not heard this, I literally sit there. My cousin says to me, I used to have a real anxiety about crowds. Pre-Plexus.
Imagine pre-Plexus.
I was like, if I went to church, I'd be like freaking out. I'd like my pits would be sweating, okay?
Yeah.
Susie, and my cousin says, hey.
We're walking out of the convention center.
Yeah, and she goes, your hands are like blue. Why are your hands blue? She goes, you look funny.
His arms. He pulled up his shirt.
Yeah,
his
and all of a sudden my
blue.
arms are blue, and I'm like going, oh my gosh. And so I go, this is it. It's my worst nightmare. I'm going to die.
And you have to know Chris's whole history. Remember when he was 17, he had the tumor on his adrenal gland, his heart almost died. So he has a little bit of
phobia.
Hypochondria.
Right. So, but hey, when your body is turning blue, you're past hypochondria.
I thought you guys were talking about the Blue Man Group or something. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I mean, I'm freaking dying.
This is in Arizona.
Yeah, and so I am dying. I look at my hands and they're blue. I blew up my arms. So I look at Susie and I go, look, there's only one thing to do here. If I'm gonna die, I'm going to find out right now. So I start sprinting up the stairs.
Because that makes a lot of sense.
Because I wanted to put my heart to the full test, and I figured if it was going to go bad on me, I might as well die at convention. So I'm running up the stairs.
And we were on the 15th floor.
Yeah, and I make it up to the top, and I'm texting Susie, I'm freaking alive. I'm still alive.
I stopped to get us a strawberry chicken salad in the lobby.
She's she's buying snacks, and I've literally.
And you're dying.
I'm dying, and people are I swear people would make eye contact with me, like we were gonna have a conversation, and I'm like, I would turn and go, I'm turning blue, people, I'm dying, and so I run back out.
He really thought he was dying.
So Susie, this is the night of winner's dinner last year.
Oh yes, winner's dinner.
So Susie, this is what Susie says. I Googled it, and I gotta tell you, there's some pretty scary stuff here. So I don't want to talk about these possibilities, but I think you should probably lay down, and you look really pale. And I'm going, oh my gosh, I really am dying. I lay down in bed.
Fetal position.
I'm not going to winner's dinner. I'm in the fetal position, sucking my thumb, wanting my mom. Susie says, she goes downstairs.
I got ready.
I finally pop up. And
No.
What?
I got ready and I went to winner's dinner alone.
Without me.
Because we had 2 dates. We were each taking a person from our team. So I get over there, and the whole time I'm worried that Chris possibly might be dead in the hotel room.
But obviously it didn't bother enough to even think about coming to check on me. Because God forbid she did winner's dinner, right?
This shows where Plexus is in my priorities, okay?
Okay.
So anyway, so I call him. And he won't answer. So now I'm calling hotel security to go check on him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it gets so crazy, but it turns out he was fine. He made it to winner's dinner.
I did make it to winner's dinner. I was nervous because, of course, I was having the blue heart attack.
Yeah.
But really what had happened is that particular...
Oh, wait, it was months later.
Oh, yeah.
Macy, our almost 13-year-old, comes home from school, and she goes, Dude, I hate when I wear new jeans and the blue rubs off all over.
My
I was taking some dark jeans. I rubbed them all over the brand new dark jeans, and my whole body was turning blue.
Oh.
So I had a near-death experience at convention.
And literally, we're at home. I'm like, by the kitchen
Oh, yeah.
sink, and she says that, and Chris and I both go, oh,
Strictly
my.
blue jeans.
Chris had a brand new blue
Hey,
jeans.
if you've ever met me, you've seen me in the same pair of jeans now because I am so afraid of putting on new jeans because they might turn my hands blue and I might think I'm dying. So, hey, welcome to PLEXYSTARS. We're so excited you joined us.
We have a whole new
Later, we're going to talk about when I fell off a big wheel when I was 9 years old and skinned my knee. Go.
I hope we have a good 2 or 3 hours.
I mean,
tonight.
seriously.
You guys
Buddy,
are
get
so
comfortable.
awesome.
Okay.
All
Sorry.
right,
Okay, sorry about that.
Dustin has to do our disclaimer for compliance. We love.
Oh,
Go ahead, Dustin.
don't wear new jeans. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my
Go
God.
blue.
The opportunity of a lifetime is brought to you by independent Plexus ambassadors and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. At Plexus Worldwide, we want you to know that the results you're about to hear may vary from person to person, and we do not claim to cure, treat, or prevent any disease.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yes.
No claiming to prevent any diseases today.
Nope.
Especially the blue heart attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rampant down
Thanks to
south, I'm
Plexus,
telling
you
you.
no longer have blue heart attacks.
No.
No more.
Awesome.
But it is contagious. I'm just warning you.
That's so great. You guys, thank you so much for being here and accepting our, invitation. You too, everyone knows how much we love you, and you know that as well. And you guys are the most amazing, God-fearing, humble, just couple. I'm so pleased to know you, and so we're so happy to have you here. Seriously. So I'm just going to start
Making
off
me
by
blush.
asking a question. Don't blush. So I want to know, can you tell us your how you were introduced to Plexus and what Plexus has done for you health-wise?
Yeah.
Yes, we're trying really hard to keep quiet.
Well, like, here's
I
the
know.
thing with Susie and I. We have a code word. If one of us starts talking too long, the other one says pineapples. And we know they must cease and stop exactly with what they're doing. So if you hear me go, hey, Suze, that's a great story, pineapples. Okay, you'll know that's what that's all about. Okay,
Okay.
Go ahead, Susie.
Okay, so honestly, the whole reason we tried Plexus was because I could not quit my Diet Dr. Pepper habit.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Because I'm a pretty disciplined person, and this was like this one habit that I literally had tried for 4 years, and I was hopelessly addicted to it. Plus, I was never diagnosed OCD, okay?
But I diagnosed, yes.
But I definitely had some compulsions, and Diet Dr. Pepper happened to be one. And so it was like this, I could not break it. So I saw a couple friends post. I tell Chris, I'm like, I think there's something to this Plexus stuff. I want to try it. Chris says, because Danielle booked out the one that posted about it, he said, oh, if Danielle's doing it, sign me up.
Yep.
And I about fell off my chair because here's the big part of our story you have to know. We've been married now 24 years. So this
True
was a couple
story.
years ago.
Yep.
And he was as anti-health as you can possibly imagine any person be.
Walking the dog.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. Well, he was so anti-health. Like, it was one of our that and finances were our biggest fight.
Yep.
So
I would go out of my way. Like, Susie was so healthy that she'd go run a marathon, and I would try to sit in the recliner for 26 hours straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at her and I'd go, Susie, but I'm going for a record.
No.
And she was like, no, pop up, okay? And
I can't, because I taught fitness classes. I can't even tell you how many times we had this conversation. Susie, I'm not like you. I don't like to exercise on purpose, and I never will. And
the Lord didn't make me that way.
the Lord didn't make me
If
that
I'm
way.
running, something is chasing me.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So all of a sudden he says he's going to try Plexus, and I basically about fall off my chair. And so we order the product. We get before we ever get the product, he
Yeah.
goes on and starts mocking me and Danielle Bookout on Facebook.
Yes.
Tell him, honey.
So I go on, and Susie, when you're married to someone that's really healthy and you're not healthy, it's a point of contention. And so, but I had tried some of Susie's stuff in the past, and it was a failure, okay?
Stuff would be exercising and trying to eat
it was
healthy.
crazy.
That was my stuff.
That was the crazy talk. And so, the more she would come at me, so I thought, you know what? why not try this stuff? Because if I didn't, I would get a beat down for not suggesting it over and over and over. It's like, well, you won't even drink the pink drink. So I thought, okay, I'm going to make fun of it. So I go on Facebook, and I'm poofing out my cheeks, and I go, Susie says I'm going to drink this pink stuff, and it's going to make me skinny. And then I came back an hour later, and you can go back on my timeline and see this. This is so funny. We didn't even have product yet.
August 2013.
Yeah, and so then I'm pulling my cheeks back, and I go, hey, you guys, she was totally right. This stuff is amazing. And then I found out that it was a direct sales company, which was like adding fuel to the fire. And I go, hey, everybody, guess what? We're loaded. And like just made so much fun of the idea. Right?
He says something on there like, and I'm going to be I'm now a Calvin Klein Speedo model.
Yep.
He says all this stuff, but he's tagging us, like he's poking fun at us, and we were laughing. Like, we thought it was funny. And
I see the Calvin Klein Speedo post.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'll bring it to convention.
I think there's a picture in the thread.
Only in special events do I break out the leopard thong. It's awesome. You're going to love it. Yes.
No, but I actually say in the comment, say in the comments, and we're going to be going to Plexus convention in our Plexus Lexus. Okay, what you have to know is I had no idea that there was such a thing as a Plexus Lexus.
Yep.
I just made it up. And we
never,
it
rhymed.
Right.
Hey, by the way, did y'all know it rhymes? Okay.
And it wasn't until a couple months later that I went to my first meeting, and they talked about a Plexus Lexus, and I remember calling Chris as soon as I was out of there going, you are not going to believe it. There really is a Plexus Lexus. Of course, at that point, we never thought we would actually drive one. Like, that was far from our heads.
Right.
But, and we never, the reason I poked fun about the convention is we never, ever, ever, would we have wanted to go to a convention?
No. That was not our thing.
It's so not
We didn't have time for any convention. What is this crazy convention? Shortly after, we were telling people, we were like, I'm already a huge fan of these products. They're changing my health like crazy. I don't need someone to strap pom-poms on my hands. We all go, Plexus, Plexus, Plexus.
Yeah.
That's what I thought convention was going to be. We show up in Dallas, Texas, and it was like, dun, 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 dun. Remember the violins playing? And I was like, this is freaking awesome, right?
Oh, the whole thing was blew our mind.
The question was simple. How'd you get introduced to it? Tell me about your health. And now we're already talking about convention. Freaking pineapple, Susie. Did you see how we chased that rabbit right there?
We're good.
That's what happened.
Health, Susie. Okay, so we get the product. We decided to try them. It was on a Sunday.
Yes.
And first of all, I have to tell you, I drank a full, 2 big mugs of Starbucks coffee. Then I drank my pink drink, and then I had an accelerator with it. Oh, and a Claritin D.
Okay,
Don't do
Claritin D.
Oh, yeah. I was about to have a heart attack, but not in a bad way. I was cleaning the whole house in crazy speed, remember?
I know, yeah, it was nuts.
Okay, so anyway.
Hey, I'm trying to come up with all these ways that you can use this extra energy, right? Hot dang! Susie's going crazy.
So bad. I'm sorry if there's children on.
Okay.
So anyways, so he goes to the store. Remember, he went to the store.
Yeah.
He comes home. We're both like, man, we feel good. We felt great. So I have to tell you, by day 2, we were already huge fans. And we were like, I didn't take the accelerator anymore after that. I just wanted to try it. It was, for me, I didn't need weight loss. That's one thing I really want to make sure that people understand. A lot of people think that Plexus Slim means diet, and it is so not a diet. It is a health system. I did not need to lose a pound when I started Plexus. But I did need to lose my Diet Dr. Pepper and candy habit. So by day 2, I took a drink of Dr. Pepper, put it down, never touched it again since. It's the craziest thing because I had tried so hard. It just empowered me. But the big change was this guy.
Yeah, this guy right here. Yeah. So we'll talk about that after the intermission, right, guys? No.
Pineapple.
Okay, so watch. I start sleeping all night. I feel fantastic. My doctor is baffled at my lab work. He's reducing medications. And I'm puzzled the whole time. I feel really good, but I'm only expecting or wanting weight loss. I wasn't looking for the health benefits.
He didn't want to get healthy. He just wanted to get skinny.
That was what my idea of healthy was skinny. I didn't know any better. And so the products just turned. Here's how I describe it. I was able to make nutritious decisions instead of hungry decisions for the first time in my life. Prior to that, I would always give in to my hunger monster. So I was kind of a sugar and carb junkie. And so that's what I did. And so literally it caused me to be able to say, okay, I'll eat this or I'll eat less of that because I wasn't hungry. And that's when I knew this was a game changer, right? Don't you agree?
Oh, listen, the difference in him was so apparent by like day 3 or 4. And I even remember him looking at me in the kitchen, and he was holding up a bottle of like some kind of acid reducer, and he says, "I don't even think I need this." Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Like, it was so crazy how
nuts.
fast. And he's like exercising on purpose within like a week, and he's eating healthy and asking me questions. And at that point, like, everything was all about, I was telling anybody and everybody that would listen that they all need to get some of this pink drink, because I could not believe it.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we did.
You guys just started with the Slim and Accelerator then.
No.
Yeah, we had a Slim and Accelerator. I did. We started
Triplex.
with. Remember they had a welcome pack that had the triplex. It had Accelerator at the time.
And it had, at the time, it was called Fast Relief, but now it's Ease. We didn't touch that for a long time. And 96.
So we actually started, like, I started Slim and Accelerator shortly after I added BioCleanse and ProBio.
Yeah.
Susie did just Slim for a while. If I remember. No.
Oh my gosh.
That was my other wife. Sorry. What was that? What'd you do?
I started BioCleanse the very first night. I didn't
right.
know anything about this.
She did. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot.
And listen, this is really funny. When Chris started taking the ProBio 5, this is one of the ways that I knew that he was changing drastically. In bed, he would say, "Hand me the ProBio."
I love it. Hey, anything that makes me sound like an idiot is such a great thing. Chris would say ProBio. I did say ProBio.
I called it ProBio too. We both
that's
for like
right.
6 months. ProBio.
And then we actually heard somebody say, "Hey, this is the such and such ProBio 5," and I'm like in a crowd. That's ProBio. I don't know how to say this properly. It's ProBio, ma'am.
Let me just say this. I had lots of health effects, like health side effects, good, healthy side effects that happened that shocked me, that I didn't realize was even a problem for me. And I thought I was pretty healthy. So when I started feeling that great and having these healthy side effects, and I thought I was healthy before, I started telling all of my friends and anybody, not anybody that just needed a weight problem. I mean, had a weight problem. Right?
Well, Chris, didn't you, I mean, we have to be compliant here, but didn't you have like a serious issue from childhood or young adolescence that you were on several medications for that you never ever thought that you would go off of?
Ever, yeah. And you know, it's weird is I didn't know how much of that. So like when I was talking about my doctor freaking out, like he was calling me in saying, "Hey," and so you know, like because he knew my health history. You heard Susie talking about like stroke when I was 17 years old, kind of some.
I didn't say that.
You didn't? Well, I didn't say that. What's wrong complaining about that? I had a stroke when I was 17 years old.
He did. He almost died.
Yeah, but it had nothing to do with Plexus. So
right. You're compliant. You're good.
Okay, so but I had monitored my blood pressure my entire life because of that event. And so from there.
And he wasn't overweight. He had a tumor on his adrenal gland to his heart.
Yeah.
Almost died. Went blind sitting in his high school class, actually.
Yep.
Tell him what the teacher said.
So the teacher, of course, said, I go blind. The teacher hands out a test, and I go, "Well, I can't see." And, of course, the teacher thinks I'm just messing with her, and she goes, "Sit down, McCall." And I'm like, "I can't see."
And he was actually blind.
I get called off, but what you were asking me.
He was in the hospital 3 months.
Yeah, for 3 months, yep.
Wow.
So I know, crazy. So this was part of it.
Tell him what the tumor was called, since we've
something cytoma. I don't know. Right? Cytoma. I know what my tumor was. You're like, act like you know now.
Okay.
Susie did the surgery for me.
I'll tell you who knows.
With
Sarah
a weed
Marble.
eater in the backyard. She just took it out. Zap.
Sarah Marble knows.
Yeah, Sarah Marble does know it because she rattled it right off.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
I've got it in a jar in the other room in a pickle jar if you want me to go get it.
Oh my
Watch this. So all of a sudden I start like getting some regular readings for some of my lipid levels and some of my blood pressure readings. And so my doctor was like, but when I went to, I'd already started taking the products. And we tell everybody, hey, ask your doctor, bring your doctor. They know your history better than anybody does.
Yeah.
So, but for me, I had made the decision. I was going to try it, and so I did. And so when I walked in, I was feeling so great. But I handed the bag of Slim to my doctor, and I said, hey, can I take this stuff? And he flips it over, and he goes, well, I guess it shouldn't kill you. And I thought, wow, that was not exactly a ringing endorsement. And so I'm like walking out, I'm reading the ingredients, and I'm thinking, did he say yes? Was that a no? And then I'm thinking, I feel pretty good. So I get lab work back about 30 days, 45 days later, and he calls me in and he goes, hey, bring me a copy of that pink drink again because I want to take a more serious look at the ingredients. And then I started, like, all these light bulbs started coming on, and I realized I'm calling Susie on the way home going, hey, didn't the package say something about, like, healthy blood pressure levels? And she was like, yeah. So that is kind of when we realized that this was way more than weight loss. This was about health, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so he took me off some prescriptions I've been on for a long time. And literally was shocked. And now, you know, we know that that's kind of the not so abnormal for people like me.
And in the meantime, we had all of these friends and family that were trying it, and they were having like crazy healthy side effects and sending us messages that would like literally make us cry because their lives were being so improved.
Yeah.
So we
Susie
became.
says us like we were sitting around singing Kumbaya, crying in the middle of the room.
I was crying.
I wasn't doing a lot of crying. I am a man's man. Occasionally I will cry. That's okay.
No,
Okay, I was crying like a baby. Graham, I'm so happy for you. No.
No, but really, no, we were having these like heartfelt messages being
Really
sent
was.
to us that we were like, wow. And so we did not even know how to make money with Plexus. That's
Hey,
what
but wait
you
a
know.
pineapples.
Why?
Have we sucked the life out of this thing? Like, are we? You're supposed to be asking us questions. You ask us one question.
We are over
Next thing you
here
know-
smiling so hard that we have headaches already.
I can't get a question out. I don't want to.
We
I
don't
got
need questions.
one word, Blake.
You
Okay.
are
Pineapples, and we both go.
at its finest.
Ask us a question.
Okay.
I don't have one.
Oh,
No, okay.
okay. You want to hear more about Graham? Is that what you want?
Yes. Yes. Tell me more.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I
we can do that.
You guys were segueing right into it. You were doing perfect. You were going right into the money thing.
See?
You guys talked about this beforehand or something, so Susie would be the hero again, right?
Okay, so
You're
let me go
our
on.
favorite.
Okay,
look,
right.
So this is what happens. I tell Chris, once again, y'all will notice that I'm right.
Hey, this is going to be a trend throughout the entire thing. Susie's going to be going, okay, let's all say it after me.
Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell Chris, I think we might be making money with Plexus because I kept getting emails that would say, congratulations, you have money, you have a new ambassador.
Yeah.
Because I was just telling everybody, hey, do what we did. I don't know. I didn't even know my website. I would have to
Literally.
like text Danielle, what's my website?
I'm calling my buddies going, I don't know, Susie's got some website. Let me call them real quick and I'll get it. I'll get you the information.
Yeah.
We knew nothing.
Sharpie
We
marking.
had never logged into our back office. We had never looked at a compensation plan, nothing. We were just
But-
telling people what was happening.
And we were so excited about it and so passionate about what was happening that we were telling everybody.
Yes.
So I told Chris I think we're making money. He mocks me.
Said,
and
nobody
said,
makes any money at these things, Susie. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
And I
You
said,
know I am wise.
He's
I am
mocking
your
again.
husband.
yeah.
Nobody.
And we were really busy. This is what I really want. If there's people on there watching and they don't think this opportunity is for them because they're busy, let me just tell you, I don't think you could have been busier than we were at the time.
Would you like to have a busy off right now? That's what I want to know. You want to list
Y'all.
kids? Is that what you want to do with us?
4 kids.
Okay, going every direction.
Yes.
Cheer, baseball, go.
That was right. 4 kids, all in sports, competitive sports.
Yes.
That's what we spent our lives doing. We owned our own business.
Yes.
I taught fitness classes and I was writing children's books.
Are you feeling less busy now? Now that you've heard how busy we were?
And if our neighbors had said, hey, walk across the street and hear about this pink drink,
Oh, that's cute, neighbors. We got no time for your pink stuff.
I mean, we would have ran for
Yeah,
the hills. And
right?
so I have to tell you, like, this was so all, and I have to, this is the biggest part of our story. This was so all God. I mean, this whole deal could not be any more
sweating.
God. And so
Oh.
we literally have to tell everybody all the time, listen, this was all God's
This is
doing.
totally the Lord.
Because
Like,
this is nothing we never like intentionally would have done this kind of deal.
no. And so, like, okay, so Susie says,
I know, I lost
I think
track.
we're making money. And
Oh,
I go,
yeah.
no, we're not. Well, back then, they still sent paper checks about this. Like I said, this has been 2.5 years.
September.
Yeah.
I got one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I rip open this check and literally, but like Susie is standing here and we're at our mailbox and my jaw drops open and I go, oh my gosh. I go, I think we have done something illegal. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was so sure of it. I couldn't believe that they would send us this, like real money.
Real money.
And so like I looked at Susie and I'm like, you got us in some kind of a scheme, woman.
And I like it.
And I like it. I want more of the scheme. And so I call my attorney buddy and I go, hey, look into this Plexus Worldwide company. I said, apparently Susie has gotten us into this thing. And so he calls me back about 30 minutes later and says, you know, they're backed by Morgan Stanley. He says they got an award as like one of the top 25 growing companies. He says, buddy, I need to lose about 25 pounds. Why don't you sign me up? And I laughed, and sure enough, when I learned more down the road, obviously we were just ignorant. We knew nothing about network marketing or anything. And if what we did know, we probably had the same preconceived, outdated ideas that most people out there do. They don't know what it actually evolved into. So we literally, at that moment, we owned our own business. And so I looked at Susie and I thought, man, imagine if we had actually like tried. And we went fast start gold without knowing what that meant.
No idea.
So, oh yeah, like we were just adding people like crazy. And so now it is, well, we can get into, I don't know how much of the details you want. But
well,
I mean,
we went emerald in 6 months, which
Wow.
according to Plexus, when you're emerald, according to their annual income disclosure, you're making about $120,000 a year. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you qualify for a Lexus, a really pretty Lexus.
Yep.
What kind did we get?
Oh, a GS 350 Sport.
I'm such a girl, I never know the kinds of cars. I'm like, it's a pretty
Me either.
Yeah, I don't care about that. And then
we also 41, that's all.
Yeah,
Right.
well, and then we earned a trip to Maui. So Chris and I got married when we were 19 and 21 with 4 kids. We had done the Dave Ramsey thing.
Yeah, we just couldn't keep any money in the envelopes.
And oh, here's a big part of our story. We made a lot of money early, like young, and then Chris, we opened up our own mortgage.
Notice now is when it's my fault. Remember, Susie took credit for all the good stuff, but then she's like, "Yeah, Chris, tell them about your mortgage company. How'd that work out for us?
Yeah,
huh?
well, no,
Did we go broke? Huh? Were we broke? Oh, we were broke. Yeah.
We opened up the mortgage, and we were doing great. Things were great. And then the mortgage business crashed. Remember that? Remember when the mortgage thing crashed?
I was steering the ship. Yeah, right. So,
we went down.
Yeah. And so when we mentioned earlier we owned our own business, we had already gone broke in the mortgage business. So we got in the fishing business because I thought, you know, I'm no longer going to care about like income, money. It didn't matter to me anymore. It was freedom that I was chasing. And so sure enough, we get in the fishing business, and then about, a year later, enter Plexus. And then that's when we sold the fishing business
We sold the fishing business about 8 months in or so because
it was a distraction.
It was a distraction to Plexus.
Yeah, it really was. And yeah, so what was it, Diamond?
So we went Diamond in a year. Yeah. And now together we're Diamond Emerald. And I mean, here's what anybody that's watching that's not already an ambassador with Plexus, or maybe you are an ambassador and you've just been like playing ambassador. This opportunity is so unreal. Like Chris and I in the beginning, we would never say, ooh, it's the opportunity of a lifetime, because we thought that was cheesy.
Yeah.
So we would never say that. We were like, oh, that's so cheesy. Now we walk around going, no. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Like, listen to us.
Yeah.
Because if you can take 2 yahoos like us who literally know nothing about direct sales, and still really probably don't. Like, we know about
If you're
Plexus.
on our team, we are sorry. We are failing.
We know about Plexus.
Right.
But have you figured out the comp plan yet?
Yeah. Hey, don't get her started. She'll kind of get she'll like bounce around going, there's these points, and then you get paid them. And I'm going,
I got to tell you that, like, and this is very, very serious. I get bored with the compensation plan.
Oh my gosh.
I just don't care. Like, money
Just share.
No, money's not a motivator for us. Like, that's what you have to know about us. Like, we're the same people at when we were broke as we are now, except now we're really, really full of gratitude, and we walk around every day going, who can we share this with that this can bless their life with?
Of course, we own 2 helicopters. We're just the same as we've always been, simpletons.
And a
simpletons.
cool in the backyard.
Just the same as we've always been.
Humble and rich.
Anyways, okay, so there's our story.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have a team of people doing the same thing. And like, here's what you have to do. We were in Maui the first year, just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
We didn't have any of our team there. It was just the 2 of us. And we looked at each other, and yes, we had fun, but we were like, well, this sucks.
Yeah.
Because
we got to bring everybody with us.
It's not fun unless you have your team with you.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool like Plexus is such a cool, encouraging, supportive environment and culture that so many people need to be a part of. Like so many people are desperate to have other people be their support system because they don't have one.
Yeah. And so next year in Maui, we had I think 8 or 10 qualify, right?
Last year,
it's going to go. And then this year we think we'll have 35 to 40 in June. Yeah. So we were like, oh, now this is all we do. Like we literally could care less. Like sometimes people ask me, they'll be like, well, gee, Chris, you're Emerald. I'm like, look, if I'm Emerald forever, the MCCOLL house is doing just fine. We built our entire team under Susie.
But he won't be.
No, but it's irrelevant. We care more about our team than we care about anything else right now. It's our whole focus.
Yeah.
But,
I predict that you two are going to be the first double diamond couple in Plexus.
Oh, like quadruple diamond?
Quadruple diamonds. That's what I'm talking about. Now, at some point, Tanya, we're going to take a serious look at that number, and we're going to go, let's go for this, Suze. Let's do it.
You guys can do it.
Celeste, eat your heart out.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, listen, our 21-year-old son is about to go senior Ruby. We're hoping for this month.
Me
Ruby.
too.
21.
Yeah.
And good.
Wow. Me too.
And here's the other thing. Like, this is what is so huge. This opportunity is for anybody. Tanner is exactly opposite of us. You wouldn't even believe he was our kid.
Seriously.
He's totally quiet.
He's like 6'5". He's just, he is giant, but he's like an introvert.
Yes.
Hey, I have noticed that our mailman is really tall and also very quiet. I am freaking nervous. No. Maury Povic, we need you.
Get the GNA test
out. Yeah, seriously.
No, but literally,
you are not the father.
What Tanner figured out is that he wants freedom. And he was working at just like a retail job, and he hated it. And one day, and he was already an ambassador, because at our house, when you turn 18.
Congratulations. Happy birthday. You're an ambassador. You're going to love this website, son. Go.
Yeah. It was probably a full year before he actually started working his business. And once he kind of figured out, okay, this is what Chris gave. Tell him this will be good for any ambassadors watching.
Is this the path they want us to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
You guys like the path we're on?
This is what he told me.
Okay. So I sat Tanner down and I told him this, and if you're an ambassador, you need to do the same thing. I said, you need to add 3 ambassadors to your team each week. Don't let that freak you out, okay? What I want you to do is, I told him, I said, I want you to add, if it's not you personally enrolling somebody or finding somebody that wants this opportunity, I said, I want you to help somebody on your team do it. And he looks at me and he goes, Dad, it took me 6 months to go silver. How do you think I'm going to add 3 people each week? And so, like, in the beginning, I could tell it was a mindset for him where he didn't want to do it. Well, all of a sudden, I would get a text. He goes, okay, my girlfriend just signed her brother, and her brother just signed her mom. And he goes, I did 3 people. And I go, congratulations. Yeah. And then he goes, and then he texts me, I added 2 more. The next week, same thing. Dad, I've added 5 this week. Well, this goes on. He was a silver ambassador about 4 or 5 months ago, right? Yeah. I mean, here he goes, and he's just every month he's advancing. And it's been the only focus thing that he does is make sure his team's growing. He knows what to do with them when they become an ambassador. We have a team page, like y'all probably have a team page, and you're able to give them the basics and get them plugged in. But literally, he was posting on Facebook. He'd be like, we added 50 people to our team last month, and so now he kind of gets.
That was 2 months ago, and then yesterday he said he's up to 350.
Yeah, on his team. So I'm telling you that because it's a good way. A lot of people can't really judge if they're doing it. You know, they're kind of in motion all the time, and they're in activity. But it really is the actions that cause there to be results, and that is people joining your team.
And listen, so there's all these reports you can run in your back office. So if you become an ambassador, if you're not one on here, and you become an ambassador, you have your own back office, and you can look and do all sorts of fun reports. Except we don't know really how to do it.
We don't really know any of those things. Yeah, we don't even understand it. We don't spend much time back there.
They're always talking about these reports they're running, and I'm always like,
they're fancy. If you like fancy things, you can probably do it too.
Yeah, so the one thing always look at in our back office is the amount of team members added.
Did we grow our team? Is our message being sent out about this opportunity of a lifetime? And it really is.
If we're not, we have to readjust and do something different.
That's right.
Yeah.
Suze, you are so beautiful, woman. Yes, she's nailed it.
Okay, so there we are. You want to ask us some questions?
You fire away. Ready.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Blakester, do you have a question for these two? Can you even gather yourself?
No, he has no question.
You've got him speechless. Now that's something.
That is awesome.
That is something.
Never happens.
No.
Never.
Ready,
Okay,
set,
you want
go.
us to just huh? Don't do
Come on,
quiet.
Blake. Come on.
What?
Come on, Blake.
Oh,
Go, Blake.
Okay, here, we'll just give you some nuggets.
What do you love most about Plexus?
yeah, that's my question.
Okay.
That's my
I
question.
can tell you some things that you may or may not know. And so, like, over the last couple of years, we've become good friends with Alec and Tarl.
Tell who the people that don't know.
For the people that don't know, the president is Alec Clark. He's the greatest guy. The leadership of this company is amazing. Tarl Robinson is the CEO of this company, and he is amazing. And it's part of the reason that this company is amazing. And I would say,
A large part.
well, they don't take credit for it, but really they care so much about us that they spend time saying, oh, yeah, it's all you guys that make us great. But really, the leadership of this company is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they always have our best interest in mind.
Always.
And so, like, we have this, like, unshakable belief in this company. And, like, when I'm sitting in Alec's office, like, 2 weeks ago, I think, and I was having this conversation, and I said, hey, did you ever think that, Plexus was going to be this big? And he said, I knew it was going to be big. He says, I really did. But what I thought with my idea of big then and what's happening now, he says is unbelievable. He said, he was telling me numbers about, $50 million in sales last month, and where we're going to be, as a company, we think, and I say we because I was in the office when he was saying it.
Yeah.
He said he thought we'd do our biggest growth in the next 3 to 5 years. And so a lot of people that have been watching Susie and I for 2 years, they say things like, well, I should have joined back when they were talking about it. We're like, well, you can join 5 years from now.
Join in 2 years.
And so, like, one thing that we love most about Plexus is the people. The people that we have, the relationships that we have found through Plexus and that the Lord put in our life is unbelievable. Like, these are people we care about and love like family, and so, don't you agree?
Yes, we love you.
I mean,
we love y'all.
Right.
Listen, it's mind-blowing. It's like we lived in this little tiny acorn sheltered environment with the amount of people we knew and life things that we knew. And then Plexus entered, and our knowledge of health and health issues, because I had no idea the health issues that are just rampant in our country and our world, really.
Yeah.
And the amount of health problems that are being helped by our products, that's why you can start this opportunity anytime in the next name an amount of years and be successful, because the amount of health problems, it's rampant. It's literally mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's unlimited market potential. If you're looking at it from a sales standpoint, there's 3 places that people are broken. They're broken physically, they're broken financially, and they're broken spiritually. And like, we know this, and like, we meet people that we know for a fact, like, when kind of how we grew our business, and not kind of, but when we started treating it like a business, was we literally prayed every day, bring people into our lives that would benefit from the business, from the products, a combination of both, and then let us be a good witness to you. Now, I screw that up every day, right? I'm like, sorry about that,
no,
Lord.
you don't.
I shouldn't have posted about that, right? Whatever. But the truth is, we literally, like, we come from such a place of gratitude, and we feel so blessed that we feel bad not telling people about this opportunity and about these products. And so when you get to the point where you know what these products are doing for people and what this financial opportunity is doing for people, and you feel bad not sharing it, you're deadly. I mean, you can't be stopped. I'm telling you, because that's how we felt. Don't you agree?
Right, and I had something great to say there.
Don't do it, Susie.
And the biggest thing, this is the biggest point. I was trying to make this earlier about why we can be successful and y'all can be successful and anybody can be successful, is because the products work. The products are freaking amazing. I don't think there's anything that can even closely compare to what they do for people. They empower people to make healthier decisions, and people start feeling better. They want more of that.
They have more energy. They feel great.
Yeah, it is all about the products. It's why somebody like me, not a salesperson, I get sweaty even thinking about selling to people. I don't like the idea of it. But it's why I can tell anybody and everybody about Plexus, because I believe fully in what the products do for people.
Right.
Because
they're healing people. They're healing people and changing lives. People who are on death's door, like myself. Yeah.
Oh, it's It's so bizarre.
Mind-blowing.
It's mind-blowing. It really is.
But back to the people.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, pineapples. So we meet all these cool people.
Yeah.
And then we get to share, then we have like this bond with Plexus because it's like we found this nut, we found this thing that works and it's so cool. And our own family's going, I think they're crazy.
They're in a cult.
Maybe they're in some kind of a pink cult. And we're going, no, we just love these people and we love Plexus.
Hey, this is awesome. One of Chris's relatives finally reached out to us a week ago and said, okay.
No, 2 weeks ago.
2 weweeks ago. Said, okay, I think I want to try a sample.
Yeah.
And so Chris sent him 7 day, I think.
Yeah.
7 day. And Chris was just on the phone with him before this. Are you reading a message?
I was gonna.
He's trying to find a message to read it. But just to say this. In his first message he sent, he was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I waited this long to try this stuff.
That is, I mean, seriously, he was going on
He's lost
and
like
on.
7 pounds.
Yeah, he's like.
But he feels great, and he has energy, and he has all these people that, of course, have never heard of it that want to try it. So he's like, how do I sign up so that I can get all these people that want to try it?
And that's really the secret to the whole thing. And like,
that's
if you don't know.
That's how it works every time. It works.
Yeah.
People want more, and then they want more, they want more, and they want more. Yeah.
That's right.
And the biggest key to anybody's success with the Plexus products is consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency. Yeah. And you're the perfect example, Tanya. So, yeah.
If you're not going to take the products consistently, I tell people just save your money because it takes the consistent daily. We have not missed a day, not one day we call it 2.5 years. I don't know the exact number. Day. But like one time we were in Florida and we were running out, and I hear Susie on the phone calling Plexus going, okay, I need you to overnight some BioCleanse and some Slim. And I hear her, I know the lady said something like, well, ma'am, that's going to be expensive. And because I hear Susie go, oh, it's fine. I can totally afford it.
I don't care.
I don't care. Send it to me.
The Slim and the BioCleanse.
And, you know, we've run out.
I'm a diamond, hello. I can afford it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Charge me whatever you want.
Yeah. Take that out of my pay portal. Yeah.
I'm humble and I'm rich. Helicopters and swimming pools.
Well, okay, so I have to say, she brought up bigger houses. Okay, so we did buy our dream house.
Yes, we did.
And that is
awesome.
It's all thanks to Plexus. But I always like to tell people the reason, because it's not that we want some big house to show off. That is not our intent. But we have 4 kids, and our dream is for our kids to always bring their families to our house for Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter, and to have a room for them to want to hang out and stay. And we have a ping pong table set up, and we just want that family closeness. And the house we were in before wouldn't have happened. Like, there was no way. Not that it was a small house, but it just couldn't have fit everybody. So that was really, and the pool is obviously for fun.
That's Susie. She's like being apologetic whenever she's there. I'm like, we literally live in a dream world right now. Like, we live on land, and like we have just all this area. So we feel so blessed.
We love it.
It comes from a place of being blessed. And we're able to do things we never dreamt we would do financially. I mean, like, helping people is a major thing for what we get to do. It's Alex's favorite line is, you've all heard him say it too, where he talks about if you've been blessed, be a blessing.
Be a blessing.
We literally, that's how we feel. We walk around just, feeling incredibly blessed.
Well, and that's what God's abundance is all about. You know, when you take that abundance and that blessing and you can share it in the way that we as ambassadors get to share it. I mean, all of us feel that we get to wake up every morning feeling fantastic.
Right.
Feeling alive and well and happy, and then we get to turn around and share that with somebody else. I mean, there's no better job.
No. There's not. There's really not. Yeah.
And then we make freaking amazing money and get rich and buy helicopters on top of it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Someone's got to bring those homeless some food over there in like Nigeria.
Exactly.
I'm like chucking bread out I can see all kinds of, like, I don't know.
We are not buying a helicopter.
I got big plans for the copter pad.
We're not buying one. It's not happening.
Okay. So you guys
buy a bigger drone.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, we have
a
drone.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Buy a bigger drone.
Seriously.
Or a hang glider.
A drone thing over your new house now.
Oh, he has.
Oh, I've done it. Oh, yeah.
How many phones have you broken?
How many phones? I've smashed some phones. I've smashed a few drones. Like the one time I tried to drag Susie into some kind of a deal where I was like, had this big Plexus sign hanging from the bottom of the drone. The wind comes out of nowhere and picks up the sign, like wraps it around the blades, and it comes like it's live, right? It comes crashing down and goes boom, and all these pieces, and I go, well, that was not very smart.
You guys do.
But in my mind, it was so cool. You guys should get inside my mind. It was a drone wreck. Yeah,
You know what you guys should do? You guys should paint Plexus on the bottom of your pool and make sure it has pink lights.
Oh, pink lights are done. We did talk about the Plexus thing. I know. Hey, if you know us at all, we are not very scared to go outside the box a little bit, huh?
That would be so cool, and then do it from above. Oh my gosh, the Plexus.
Would that be awesome? Drone pictures. Ooh.
Oklahoma. Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Maybe onto something.
What's the #1 tip that you can give for health and for business?
Okay.
Okay. Well, for health, I just said it a minute ago. You have to be consistent. The biggest problem that I see with people trying the products is that they have these unrealistic expectations, and they literally, like we joke, they stand on the scale and drink their paint drink, and they're like, well, I haven't lost 20 pounds in one day.
I haven't lost my cow.
Yeah, and this we know, but I don't know if a lot of people know this, but this slim burns fat, not muscle. And women especially don't see the pounds lost on the scale as quickly as what they start noticing in their clothes, or people will notice their face looks thinner, because it's going to take fat from everywhere. It's not going to target, like I have people all the time, they're like, how do I just lose the fat from my stomach? Well, it doesn't work that way. Not exercising, not drinking Plexus, it's going to come from all over. You cannot target certain spots, just doesn't work that way. So consistency and using it as a tool. It's not going to be the only thing that you do. And some people do have big results, I have to say, with just Slim Accelerator or, but that being said, they notice they change, they're drinking more water. They start eating healthier, they're moving more because they feel better, they're sleeping more. So there's physiological reasons to go along with it. They're just not really noticing, they're not paying attention to that. So, okay, did I do that?
That was awesome. That was fantastic. Okay, so
be consistent. Drink your water. Don't quit.
Water. Yeah.
So, from a business standpoint, what I have figured out over the last 2.5 years is network marketing, as a whole, has trained people to think that they have to get in first to be successful. And with Plexus, it's not the case. I mean, like, here's what happens: you join. Let's say maybe you've tried 10 other things in the past, and because you joined, you thought that was the action that was going to cause you to start earning income, and in your mind you're thinking, maybe I got in early enough this time. Well, you start not making any money, and so you look for the next thing, and then you think, well, let's join this one. Maybe we'll get in early enough where we'll make some money this time. With Plexus, it's totally different. It's not about getting in early. It's about consistency, and it's about persistency. And so what you have to do is figure out what it is that you want out of Plexus. It has the most amazing compensation plan you'll ever see. It has the most amazing products and the most amazing people. So we've already established that it works because we have people going emerald and sapphire and diamond. And so now what you have to think to yourself is, how do I get my piece of that pie, if you will? And that comes from work. And the work comes from being a messenger, and you have to share the message of what Plexus does for people's health, and then at the same time, the same opportunity. But most people want to complicate it so much that they want to learn every ingredient of every product, and they want to learn every detail of the compensation plan, when in reality, if you would just keep it so simple and say, do you know anybody who might be interested in earning some income while they lost weight? I mean, something as simple as that question will cause people to go, yeah, I do, but it sounds like a scam. And you go, no, seriously, you can actually, well, you get healthy, you can earn income. I've stumbled onto this company called Plexus. I'm giving you a talk track, but if you do that enough, in one day, at the end of the day, if you invite, say, 3 people to join you, you can reach any goal you have with this company. And the next thing is, it's going to take time. You can't expect it to all happen overnight. Our story was a fast story. We didn't know that, we didn't have any experience to base it on. So now we have to look at our team and go, look, okay, this is what's possible because that's what we did. But if it takes you 5 years, it's worth it.
Oh, my God.
If you're emerald in 5 years, find me a job that most people are miserable doing what they do. they're broke, they're living check to check, and they wake up and they go, well, life sucks, I paid some bills, and then I die.
And they answer to somebody else.
Right, and so what we do is we say, okay, for $34.95, you can start this thing, you can still do what you've done, but you're going to start to build something that's going to change your life, and you're going to get this residual income. That's where the time comes in, and if you're not willing to put in the time, it's just, I guess, part of what the message that I want you to hear when you said the best tip, persistency and time. The way you lose is you quit. The people that quit go to the next thing, or they look at something else, and then they start chasing butterflies, and they get the warm and fuzzy because it's you again, and then that wears off, and they go to something else. And I'm over here going, you got the best thing in your hands ever.
Yeah.
It's just going to take effort, and if you'll put forth the effort, these people that we've met, on whether it's our team or other teams, you've heard one Plexus, but it's not just something that's lip service. I mean, we're on here doing this deal with no vested interest other than just hoping that we can share our story and it will inspire somebody else to latch on and start putting forth the effort to grow. That's why we're doing it. So it's not for you know what I'm saying, though, right?
And Dustin and I, we started this. We're not on each other's teams. We have nothing to do with each other's businesses. We wanted to do this for ambassadors and to tell stories like yours, and so that we can inspire other people. I think one of the things to point on with what you guys have said is so important is there is no such thing as saturation. That does not exist. I hate that word so much, and people use it and they have no idea what they're talking about.
That is exactly right.
10 years from now, 10 years from now, someone can, because new people are born and new people are getting sick, and the world and the opportunity is endless.
Hey, if I can be real honest with you, Tanya, I hate to interrupt you, but I got to tell you something. People that say that are not having success typically, and so they're looking anywhere but inward to fix the issue. And so what happens is they'll start saying things like, oh boy, it's saturated, or oh, everyone's heard about it. And really, the problem is in the mirror, and so they have to start experiencing some self-growth in order to be able to achieve their goals. But yeah, you're exactly right. There is no, it's saturated.
Yeah, and I think this is a big thing we've learned is that, okay, people look and they think that Celeste did it fast, but you've heard Celeste say, well, really, I lived my first 37 years preparing for this. Sonia Dudley will tell you, well, it really took her 19 years to go diamond because she was with the other company for 18 years preparing.
They built a network. They built a relationship.
Right. Yeah. Everybody has a different story leading up to where they're at with Plexus. And everybody does have to go. I feel like there's just a certain place everybody has to get to have success. Some people, it takes a health journey first before they start having the business success, and it's faster for others, slower for others. Everybody's growing along the way.
Right.
Yes.
You're awesome.
Well, that's what Charles says. I think one of the most incredible things that Charles says is how he said the most amazing thing for him is watching what people become on their journey.
Totally true. Totally true.
And everybody's journey is different. I mean, I started off for the first full year just being a product taker.
Yeah.
I knew nothing about the company, nothing at all. I just took the product and had amazing things happen. And then it's taken me a while to get to senior review because I didn't have a network. I have done everything cold. So so I didn't have like 40 years of friends and sorority sisters and whatever to start. So it's important.
Right. Yeah.
So it's important that people don't compare their journeys. And you know what? You're so right. I don't care if it takes me 10 years to get to double diamond. The fact that we even have the opportunity to claim that, $500,000 a year, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And freedom? Yeah.
Freedom. Yeah. Oh, this has been so awesome. Is there anything else, Dustin, Blakester, other than we could sit here all night and play?
No.
We typically could, yes. No, I'm solid. I'm good.
Me too.
You good, Dustin?
Yeah.
I worked up a sweat just listening to you guys.
I have worked.
I got
Penguin.
It's the curse of the penguin.
We appreciate you guys letting us share.
We do appreciate it.
Hey, Vegas is right around the corner.
18 days.
All night Donkey Kong in Vegas.
Hey, here's my biggest piece of advice. Don't be like the person on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. There's always like one person that drinks way too much.
They get hammered drunk and they're walking around, and the next day, then they're hiding. They're
Don't
walking
be
around with like the
that
hat.
Texas person.
Going, I'm not going to go into this mission because I'm going to puke on myself.
I did that last convention.
That was Blake.
Is that why we saw you? Blake thought he worked in the service elevator. Blake was bringing the drinks up.
Wait a minute.
Hey!
Okay.
I forgot my key
Hey,
card. I forgot my key card.
Here's
That's
my
right.
ticket, Chris.
Hey, we're excited to see everybody out there, okay?
Thank you,
All
guys.
right, thank you so much.
Bye.
Have a great night. Bye.
Oh my gosh, those guys are so